didn't know who he was. Does anybody remember that? Raise your hand if you were there. Okay, so there are a few people. I don't know if you got the same, panic inside you, but I was just trying to protect the children and get out of there as fast as you can. It ended up that he was just a man that was going to the third service, and he didn't know that the second floor is for kids. So he was just as embarrassed as we were, wondering why there's all kids at the church. Anyway.
What's your best, that may be the best memory, but what is...
It was close. I think the best memory is when all of us went to the Muppets, if you guys were there. Lance invited a bunch of random people to go to see the Muppets, and we were all down the street of Summit. It was a big group.
There's 40 kids on 3 hours notice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now this is where the questions start getting hard. What is your favorite type of bird?
I like birds with a big girth and tiny legs, kind of like...
Big girth.
Yeah, have you guys seen the movie Up?
Hold on a second. How many people here know what the word girth means?
Like a big torso, tiny legs.
How many of you below the age of 17 knows what the age of girth means?
Okay, so if you've seen Up, there's a bird called Kevin, and Lance is going to do a demonstration right now. If you'll turn to the back of the room of the Kevin. That's Kevin.
See the chicken? I'm sorry, okay. What is your biggest pet peeve?
I really can't stand Velcro. The sound of it is very nails on a chalkboard to me. Or the inside of sleeping bags.
The inside of sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing a sleeping bag next week, and we'll. Lance wrote this question, and I love it in its structure. What is your favorite middle of the road candy? Meaning, not what's your favorite candy, not what's your least favorite candy. Somewhere in the middle, something that you like but you don't love. It's okay.
Okay. All right. I might say Runts.
Runts.
There's a good variety of them, but I only get them when they're in the quarter machines at places.
You had Pop Rocks?
Those are good. Runts are not.
Do you believe the rumor that Mikey from the Life commercials was killed because he drank soda on top of Pop Rocks and his stomach? No, it's not true. It's a ridiculous story. But there's a rumor that this guy Mikey. Anybody ever seen the Hey Mikey likes it commercial? You guys know the raise for that. Sean, I know you've seen it. Anyway, there's a story that this guy ate Pop Rocks and he drank Coke and his stomach exploded. It's ridiculous.
It's also a myth that Steve from Blue's Clues overdosed and died because he knows him.
Steve's a good friend of mine.
He's alive.
And he's alive and well. He's alive as well. He's also bald. What is your favorite book of the Bible?
The Book of John, Gospel. I have the first chapter memorized.
Really? You want to do it together? I have the first 2 paragraphs together. You want to try?
Do it. Really?
Yeah, you want to do it?
I'll try.
Okay, here we go.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God and God. All things were made through Him.
Without Him, nothing was made that has been made.
In Him was life, and the light was the light of all mankind. And the light shines in the darkness,
and the darkness is not overcome it. You're doing an LP, I'm doing an NIV.
Sorry.
That wasn't bad, though. Okay, what is your favorite biblical name? I know, actually, let's don't give the answer you were going to give.
Okay.
I want to give my answer.
Sure.
What's your favorite name in the Bible?
Jehoshaphat.
Jehoshaphat. Well, now, this is supposed to be an interview with Kara, but I find this endlessly entertaining. My favorite name in the Bible is Dan. Does that sound like a biblical name? It's one of the tribes of Israel. It's like Zipporah, Jehoshaphat, Jebediah, Philip, and Dan. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, what's your favorite childhood game?
Pretty Princess.
I have that game!
Lance is the prettiest princess in our house.
And it still is. He's the prettiest princess in the room.
He also played Marble Madness with me all the time.
Okay,
that's a good brother.
Do you prefer froyo or sherbet? Frozen yogurt. That's the cool kid's way to say frozen yogurt.
Or hocho, chocolate. I think froyo just because it's more trendy.
Awesome.
Very clean in those restaurants.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for Kara out here? Anything you're dying to know from Kara before we wrap this up? What? Is Kara your real name? If that's your real name.
It is my real name.
Can you prove that?
My middle name is Nicole.
Kara Nicole Svendsen. And a little known fact, you have a cousin named Svendsen, don't you?
That's true.
Svendsen, and we'll end it on that. Thank you very much to Kara Svendsen for playing our first game of Meet the Leaders. Thank you guys.
Okay.
And now Kara will introduce the first game.
Something else that you may know about me is that I like to play cheesy games, corny games if you will, and if you are ever part of the middle school, we play a lot of them. Now since we're meshing the high schoolers and the middle schoolers, we're trying to think of a way to make it cool for both of you guys, but really, we're just going to call it cool and still make it cheesy. So, the first game that we're going to play is a literary game, which is not as lame as it sounds because you may not know that it is Dr. Seuss month. I am a first grade teacher, so I read a lot of those books, but we're going to play a game where I give you a quote from a famous Dr. Seuss book, and you have to tell me which one it's from. But I want you guys to get involved with the people around you. So we're going to form teams of 3. So what I'd like you to do is reach out your hands. You are going to have to choose someone from the row in your row and the row either in front of you or in back of you. So reach out your hands, and you should be touching someone like this and someone like this. If someone touches you on your shoulder, you are part of their team. So hopefully you're gathering someone that you may know and someone that you may not know. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Introduce yourselves really quickly to the people that you are touching. Go.
Over here. It's the easy way. Just go like that. Maybe come back. I'm in a team of like 7.
Okay, raise your hand if you are teamless. Okay, everyone found a team? He's on your team too? Okay, so the options are as follows. I am going to give you 7 names of famous Dr. Seuss books. Then I'm going to give you a quote. You and your partners are going to decide which book that came from, any resources that you need. You only have 10 seconds, however. So Joe's going to come up here and do some Jeopardy-style music during that time. Just talk to your partners, try to guess, and if you get it right, you're going to be honest and keep score on your finger. So if you got one right, you know, put 1 finger up. So there are a possibility of 7 points. See what you can get, all right? The options are the book Green Eggs and Ham, The Cat in the Hat, Horton Hears a Who, the Dr. Seuss box office smash, The Lorax, Oh, the Places You'll Go, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and Yertle the Turtle. Okay, number 1. I'll say the quote, then give you some time. Here we go. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Okay, talk to your partners. We got it! Okay, we'll wrap that up. Who thinks that they may know it? Raise your hand, even one person from your team, you may know it. Okay. Angie, what book do you think that's from? Oh, the Places You'll Go. That's true. So put up 1 finger if you got that right. Keep them down, or give a 0 if you haven't. All right, next one. Next quote. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. Talk to your partner. We're not talking. Talk. All right, that's probably the easiest one here. And what do we think it is? Nico.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas is correct. 2 points, anyone? All right, next one. I speak for the trees. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's true. This one is a more recent Dr. Seuss movie, and the answer is Shantia. The Lorax. Very good. Zac Efron and Taylor Swift. Next one. I know it is wet and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny. Talk to your partner.
Oh, Fortune! This
And the answer is Jade. The Cat in the Hat is correct. Next quote. A nose in need deserves puffs indeed. Okay, that's just joke. Okay, next one. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. And the answer is Sharky. Horton Hears a Who is correct. Who has 4 points or more for? Next one. From From there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere.
Can you repeat the choices?
Repeating the choices very quickly. Green eggs and ham, cat in the hat, more near to the lures, all the places you'll go.
I do not like green eggs and ham.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and you're the turtle.
I am.
What was the quote again?
The quote is from...
No, what's the quote? Not the word.
Yeah, what's the quote? Oh, I know the answer.
It's a urinal.
From there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere. I don't see as many hands. I'll give you a second clue for this one. Short, tall, old, new.
Oh no!
Short fish, tall fish.
No! Don't give me hints!
The answer is, that is correct. And the last one, this is probably the most challenging one. Your Majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below, we are feeling great pain. The answer is?
Yertle the turtle.
Yertle the turtle. There's people. Okay, very nice. All right, hopefully you enjoyed that cheesy game. Please don't stop talking to the people around you, but do stop talking during what we're going to do now. Can the worship team come on up? As you guys know, worship is a time where we're talking to God, so we're not talking to our friends, we're not distracting them, but we would encourage you to just look up on the screen, even if you don't want to sing, think about the words, but join with these ladies. We have Sharky, we have Cinnamon